Your alternative talk radio contact. The Planet. KGRAradio.com.
With infinite complacence, people went to and fro of the earth about their little affairs, serene in the assurance of their dominion over this small, spinning fragment of solar driftwood, which by chance or design, man has inherited out of the dark mystery of time and space.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Into the Fray. Now before we get to my conversation with David, just a few things to mention here. Now first, Sam Shearon has finally launched a Patreon page, which I am now proudly a member of. He's got a number of levels that you can choose from, each with their own exclusive perks, such as original sign prints, live streaming drawing videos, t-shirts, stickers, and even a personal portrait of you, done by Mister-Sam himself. So, go to patreon.com and simply search Sam Shearon. That's S-H-E-A-R-O-N. Patreon.com. Coming up on Tuesday, February 19th, starting at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, that's 7:30 Eastern, I am going live on Facebook with the Small Town Monsters crew. It is the Midway Bash / Hangout Chit Chat for their Kickstarter campaign. I know that they have just reached another stretch goal, so we are going live, we are taking your questions, and we are giving away exclusive goodies. So keep an eye on the various social media outlets on that day. If you need the link, you can either look up Seth Breedlove, myself, or Brandon Dalo, D-A-L-O, for the link to join in with the live Facebook feed. Upcoming Midnight in the Desert guest host dates for myself, February 20th and 21st. Ryan Sprague is joining me on the 20th, along with Peter James Haviland. And then, on the 21st, Jason Offutt. We are talking for the entire show on his new book, Chasing American Monsters. Midnight in the Desert goes live Monday through Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that is midnight, 12 a.m. EST. You can listen live for free by going to midnightinthedesert.com. And to catch up on any of the archives at your convenience, you can join as a time traveler. Remember that if you want to come on Into the Fray, you can either email me, Shannon, at intothefrayradio.com, or you can share your story via the hotline, 877-317-9111. And as stated in the instructions, if you need more than the 5 minutes, just call back. Pick up where you left off, and I'll do the rest. And now, without further ado, my chat with David. So have you told many people about these encounters?
No, not many people. Well, my girlfriend, of course. She was there for one of them, but she didn't see it. The other one was beforehand that I met her, and it was just really strange. No, I've told like maybe a handful of people, maybe four people.
Okay.
I told my dad, and he wasn't having it. He was just like, whatever. And I told my mom, and she's, of course, she's like, okay, honey, very supportive, but
right.
Whatever.
But not quite sure what to say or what to make of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but she has to be supportive. That's my mom. And maybe one or two other people. And they were like, wow, fascinated by it, which was cool. I've never really been shunned for it. And it's just, it's been great, you know. It was life-changing, like I told you on the messenger,
Yeah.
you know.
And
You believe in something, and
What's
then
that?
you actually see it, you know,
Right.
and it's like, wow, yeah, okay, it's really there.
Yeah,
And
quite
it's
quite the
just life-changing.
confirmation. It's jarring at first, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Would you like to hear about it?
Yeah, jump right in if you're ready.
Well, you know what? The first encounter started in Carmichael, California. I'm in New York now, but I was born and raised in Sacramento, California. And Carmichael is basically an extension of Sacramento. And I met my current girlfriend, you know, back in 2011, and we got a room for rent. You know, a guy owned the house, and please excuse my dog in the background whining. She wants attention, but
She's like, I need a walk now.
yeah, exactly. And so we move into this place, and it was like really a cool place. I guess it was like 100 years old, this house, and I didn't know it at the time, but in the long run, I found out. But so we were there for a while. We moved in together. It was our first place together. And, you know, we were there for a while, and it was all good. Excuse me. I'm going to go upstairs.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
She's very vocal.
She's very upset.
English Bull Terrier, yeah. Like egg-headed. But yeah, so
my pug's the same way. I can't record with him around because it'd be like people actually think that I have a potbelly pig or something, like snortling and chortling in the background. I'm like, nah, it's just my pug, so I can't have him in the same room while I'm recording. Can't do it.
They think they're human,
Uh-huh.
and for most of the part, they kind of are in a way.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
We treat them as one. Yeah. So we're in this place, and like I said, we were there for a while. And it was all good. It was comfortable. There was no negative feelings or anything. My girlfriend and I, we went up like a couple miles up to the store just to get a few things, and then we came home. Now, our roommate was there in the back of the house in his bedroom, and he was with his daughter. His daughter was rehearsing. She's a musician. She's a dancer. She's just a stage person. She was like 12. And they're in the back of the room, and she's like, you know, performing for her father, you know, practicing for whatever recital she had. So we walk in to the house, and, you know, my girlfriend, the way she is, you know, she just yells, "Hey, honey, we're home," you know, kind of a thing. Well, as she said that, now to the left of the entryway from the front door, if you walk, the kitchen's right there, and then you walk, and then there's a little corridor to the left, which if you go into the corridor, make an immediate left, it's our bedroom, and then halfway through, which you can see from the kitchen, is the bathroom, and then down that corridor is a guest bedroom, if you will. So as soon as she said that, I saw a person walk from our bedroom to the back bedroom. I mean, just like you or me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was, you know, I'm like, babe, someone just, they heard us come home, and they were like going through our room, and then just hurried through to the guest bedroom. So Tony had, I guess it's okay to use his name. Tony has a guest. And they were in our room. You know, I saw him just walk right past, like you or me, flesh and blood. And she's like, "Nah, there's nobody there." I'm like, "Yeah, I just saw him walk into the back bedroom." And we both heard the door shut.
Mm.
But she didn't see the person. But I did. But we heard the door latch. But she didn't think anybody was, like, there in her room or whatever. And so she goes, "Okay, let's go talk to him." And so we walk down there, and she's about to open the door. I'm like, "Wait a minute, there's somebody in there." Let me backtrack a second. The guy I saw it looked like, The guy wasn't wearing anything but underwear. He was like boxer briefs, kinda, maybe. And he looked dark-skinned, maybe Hispanic or American Indian, Native American. And they were, that's all, just flesh and a little bit of boxer brief. Stocky, short, maybe about 5.5 feet tall. Walk right back there. And so anyway, she goes, let's just go in. I'm like, no, you need to knock first, man. This guy didn't look very,
right.
Ready to see people.
Right.
She knocks on the door. There's no answer. And we walk in. There's nobody in there, of course. And that's what I'm getting at. And we would look through the closet. Nobody's in the closet. And the windows that were in that house were stationary. Like if you take a taco tortilla, like a taco shell, that's folded where it's like curved on the top and flat on the bottom. That's what the windows looked like, with the flat part on the bottom and the half circle on the top. They're stationary. You can't open them, and there's no other way out. So, yeah, saw my first full-bodied apparition. Now, at first I was like tripping out about that. Like, why am I seeing this? Well, then we talked to Tony about it. Like, we just saw this dude I just saw this dude walk back to this room. And he was like, yeah, you know what? I'm laying in bed at night and I see somebody walk towards me, towards my bed when I'm sleeping, and they just vanish. So to validate this, next door, there was a guy, I don't know him anymore, so I'm just going to use the names. I don't care. The dude's name was Roger, and he kept boasting about how he was. This is the next door neighbor, Roger, and he kept boasting about how he was in Sacramento Paranormal Investigators, SPI, or something like that, and how it was a version of TAPS, from Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, you're like, okay, we'll put that to the test.
Exactly. So he actually orchestrated a team to go in and check the house out, and it turned out they had a psychic with them too, and the psychic was saying, "Yeah, you have a guy here of Hispanic descent, or something like that, and there's also a young girl here who's around," and it was very active that night, I guess. And like the shed was like banging doors with no wind, and it was just crazy. And it turns out Tony's daughter passed away at a young age, like five years old, I believe, 4 or 5 years old. And she's there, and this guy that supposedly I saw and that he saw walking towards his bed was somebody from like older who lived there a long time ago, like 100 years ago. So it was pretty much validating, and yeah, it was my first full body apparition, and it just totally blew my mind,
So Tony's other daughter was the 5-year-old, and she passed.
She passed. Yeah, I remember seeing pictures of her where she had oxygen,
Yeah.
And it was heartbreaking, and she was so cute. I remember seeing her. And I guess that his other daughter, who was there, Tanis, was there and always saw a little girl. So it all validated everything. And this, of course, didn't come to light until after I saw that dude walk from our bedroom to the other one. And, that is what started me, when I think about it, keeping my feet from hanging off the bed.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So let's rewind back to the full body apparition. You guys are downstairs, and this apparition goes from your bedroom to the guest bedroom, and then when he goes into the guest bedroom, you hear the door shut.
I do hear the door shut.
Yeah. Or you both did.
Georgette
your girlfriend
said she
did.
heard the door shut.
Yeah.
Huh?
Your girlfriend did too. She heard the door shut, but she didn't see anything.
Yeah. Right. She didn't see anything.
And then you guys went right over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She knocked on it first. Well, first she was going to open the door. And then I was like, well, no, there's probably
Dude's in his
something in there,
Yeah.
indecent, excuse me. And I was like, knock first, so we knocked first. And there's nobody in there. Yeah, it was no way to get out, no way to escape. But I saw someone go from our room to the guest bedroom, and the door did latch. And we had it was a parakeet bird that was in that room. And it always was like an alarm when someone went in. It would always squawk at people, and it never did. That was a trip.
Oh, really? So when the dude in the boxers walked in, there's no sound from the bird?
Exactly.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
You can't fake the whole thing with the animals. When they sense something, or they'll walk around a certain portion in a house, and then you later, maybe moments later even, will get the feeling like, oh, yeah, there is something weird around here. Like, you can't fake that with the animals.
No, you can't. But at the same time, I'm thinking, well, animals see things, that we don't see. But why didn't it squawk when that thing went in? And whatever it was, I mean, to me, it was a human being,
Because it wasn't transparent at all.
I totally saw it. Like,
yeah. Well, what about his hair? Did he have long hair? Or,
no, you know what? I can see in my mind's eye, it was black hair, and it was like ear length. He looked Hispanic or Native American.
Did he actually look towards you at any point, or interact with you?
Nope. Looked straight. I thought I just caught like somebody that Tony was like letting stay there.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody that we caught busting into our room, like looking through our stuff. Right. That's what I thought at first. And then I just saw him walk right by. I mean, I saw him like you or me or anybody. It was just, I couldn't see through him. No, it was like a full, just human being walking right past the room. It was crazy.
So the thought was that it was an old owner of the home, possibly, right? Or someone that just lived there.
Yeah, and then, you know what, I can't really verify this, but then people were talking about, like, who have been in that neighborhood. They were saying, when the house was built 100 years ago, because it was 100 years ago. This happened in 2000 and on the cusp of 11 and 12, okay? And so they said, back when it was built in, 1910, 11, 12, whatever it was, that somebody had a real, like, alcohol drug problem, and they passed away there. So,
okay.
That I didn't bring that up because I don't know that for sure. That's just word of mouth.
Right.
But man, I saw that though. Oh man, and it creeped me out from there on. Then we were only there for maybe about another month or two.
Now,
then we moved on.
I have a question for you though. So is there any reason, as far as like taking yourself back to where you were standing and where your girlfriend was standing, is there any reason that she had something blocking her view, or maybe that she was looking a different direction, or should she have been able to
different direction?
Okay.
It was a different direction. When I walked in, I was looking forward. At the corner of my eye, I saw something, turn my head, and watch this guy walk across.
Okay.
She was saying, "Hey, honey, I'm home," and she was looking towards. Okay, so if she's facing the 12 o'clock position, walking in, she turned to the 2 o'clock position to yell to the back of the room, "Hey, honey, we're home."
Totally other
and
way. And
I was looking to the 10:30, 10 and a half position to the left.
Yeah.
And that's how I saw it. And then when I said it, she looked right away. It was too late. He had already walked by.
Yeah.
Or it had already walked by. So that's, that was my encounter with a full-bodied apparition.
The guy just wanted to be comfortable in his house still, and he walked around in his skivvies, He's like, I don't care if there's 800 people here. I'm going to keep, walk around in my boxers.
But that's right.
Were
That's
you
what I
guys,
do.
Were you guys there for? Well, yeah. And then the dog, and then your dog's like, "Okay, now you got to put pants on because it's time to go for a walk." So, when that team came over, though, what was his name? Roger. When Roger and his team came over, were you guys present for, the shed with the banging doors and all that stuff?
No, that's all hearsay. I mean, they made us leave. We couldn't be there. But this is what Tony told us afterwards. He made everybody leave. I don't know if Tony was there or not, but that's what they reported to him. That, the shed door, it was really active. I think the shed door, I think there was more that happened. In fact, I know there was more that happened, but the shed door was the only thing that I really got. And then the fact that there was somebody here of Hispanic descent that used to live here, and the girl, the young girl, which I already knew about. There was pictures of her. But it was word of mouth about the whole alcohol drug thing and the dying in the house. That was word of mouth. That wasn't from the team.
And how often had Tony seen the figure? And did he agree it was the same guy? Same guy in the boxers?
That's what he says.
Yeah. How many times did he see that?
Like, I don't know exactly the amount. I'm still in touch with him. I should really contact him and ask him this. But he said it was a darker, like not a black skin, but like a brownish skinned, darker skinned person walking towards his bed. Yeah, I mean, if he didn't experience that, I don't think he would have taken me very seriously enough to call an investigation team to come in. And, it was just a real trippy place. This was Carmichael, California, yeah.
Just one second, David. We're going to take a quick moment here with a word from one of our sponsors. Care of is a monthly subscription vitamin service that delivers completely personalized vitamin and supplement packs right to your door. Build a vitamin routine that's made just for you and your health goals. Care of's fun online quiz asks you about your diet, health goals, and lifestyle choices, and takes only 5 minutes to find out your personal, scientifically backed vitamin and supplement recommendations. Your personalized Care of subscription box gets sent right to your door every month with personalized daily packs. Great for a busy, on-the-go lifestyle. You can track your progress with the Care of app and earn rewards when you remember to take your vitamins. Care of even has delicious nutrient-packed quick stick powders, which can be added to your monthly delivery for an extra easy boost wherever you need it. Take advantage of this month's special New Year offer. For 50% off your first month of personalized Care of vitamins, go to takecareof.com and enter FRAY50. That's 50% off your first month at takecareof.com with code FRAY50. That would be pretty cool to talk to Tony and see, what he thinks about all this. Does he still live in the place?
No, he actually moved out maybe a year after we left.
And had he been there for a number of years then?
Yes, he'd been there for a few years, maybe 3 or 4 years before that happened, and so I'm sure he's had more than one experience.
Yeah.
He said it like, I don't doubt you. He did it like, he said it that is when I told him about it. He's like, oh yeah, this is what happened to me.
That's good because instead of him looking at you like, who the hell is in my house? Yeah, who is in my house saying they're seeing ghosts? Now, you said his daughter, his 12-year-old daughter, would actually see her deceased sister?
That's what I was told by Tony, yeah.
Oh. That's pretty hardcore, right? That would be pretty sad. Did he say he ever saw the little girl? His daughter?
I don't know that part, no. Yeah. I don't know if he ever did, but he never told me. But he did say that Tanis had mentioned that she saw a girl. And, it's pretty heartbreaking, isn't it? And it's, Yeah, so it's crazy. It's like everything seems to just wrap up into a tight bundle of it makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
And and it's like, wow, you know, I saw a full-bodied apparition. That's just, from what I hear, the Holy Grail, you know. And I wasn't even looking for it. It totally blew me off my feet. I was like, whoa. And yeah, it's just crazy. And, you know, I had another experience up the street. This is Carmichael, California. And it was around the same time. Well, now, what I'm talking about now was a little earlier, where I had a good friend who was a family friend, and I used to go over there and visit and play guitar and write music and sing and stuff, because that's what I do. And so I'm over there, and, you know, and I'll stay the night in the, they have like a, you know, an extension room in the back room. Like, it wasn't part of the original house. What do they call that? An extra room?
Oh, like a sunroom,
I don't know.
or just an addition?
Sunroom, yeah. Yes, exactly. And I would be laying in there, and I'd be playing guitar, and just laying back playing guitar, and I'd hear the door shut, and I'd hear footsteps come, because there was a lot of furniture kind of blocking the door, so I couldn't see. And she told me this place was haunted. Jennifer always told me this place was haunted, from her great-grandmother and her grandmother. And I'd hear the door shut when it was just crazy. And then I'd hear footsteps coming, and I'd expect somebody to pop around the corner, and there's nobody there, you know. And there was also an occasion where I actually heard some footsteps in the other room, and Jen was with me both times, actually. But Jennifer was with me this one time when I walked in. We heard something, and I walked in to investigate into the main house. Her mother was asleep, and I actually saw a package of Oreos suspended for like a millisecond and then dropped.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
a whole package was hanging around
yeah,
in there?
like a whole, well, maybe there was a few missing, but yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
it may have been a little lighter than the full package.
Hey, I love Oreos, and if they were there, that and Australian licorice, you know, I'm all over it. But yeah, I saw that. But that was that was so long ago, I couldn't recount the details. But I just remember the Oreos just like kind of suspended for a second and then dropping, and hearing the footsteps and nobody there. And yeah, it's some weird stuff, and it all happened in a matter of like 3 years. That, and then of course I met Georgette, my girlfriend, and now we have a house in Elmira, New York, and I saw something else here. I saw a reflection of somebody walking behind me in a reflection of a window, when there was like no way anybody else could be outside, like in our backyard window.
Really?
It was like a girl, a woman. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that, but yeah. And yeah, this house was built. We just moved here in June in Elmira, New York, and yeah, I was downstairs. It was early in the morning, and yeah, I was standing in front of a window, and I saw like a woman walk like right behind me, and it was facing our backyard, and there's nobody in our backyard. I know that. I just saw, it was like a reflection, not seeing somebody. It was a reflection of somebody.
Right, behind you, like she's in the house.
Yeah, and there's nobody there. And this just happened recently, you know. And yeah, that freaked me out. It keeps my feet from hanging off the bed, as does your show.
Absolutely. What was she wearing? Could you
Your
tell?
show does too.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
It is a compliment. That's what I live for. I love that stuff. What was she wearing? You know what? I saw the hair. Mm-hmm. I saw the hair, and the reflection, I just remember it was a grayish white. Mm. I can't tell you if it wasn't a flowing dress. I would have noticed that. But I just remember just seeing somebody, and tucked. I do remember it was tucked. Like, they were very, like, straight up and tucked. Like, I don't remember flowing gowns or anything, you know, like, crazy, but I just remember seeing the hair, the long hair, and the walking right across the window, like as a reflection, and I turn around and I'm like freaking out, you know.
Are you gonna
So I went
set
out
out
and had
some recorders out there, maybe? I don't know if you want to, because that would be kind of freaky. To capture
Yeah,
something in your home is a little different, I always say.
yeah. So we bought this house, like I said, in June. We just moved in. We drove
Oh,
from
you bought
California
it,
to
so
Sacramento.
there's no like, hey, our lease is up in a month and we're gonna boogie out of here. You
No,
bought the place.
no, we're stuck here, and yeah, in a house that's 90 years old,
That's
and
cool.
it was owned by my girlfriend's aunt and uncle, like I believe on the married side.
Uh-huh.
They passed away, and so it was offered to us by the inheritee, her cousin, and so we bought it. You know, because it's very inexpensive compared to like Sacramento, California.
Absolutely, yes.
And it's huge. You know, it's a big 2-story. It's just a big, beautiful front of your backyard, big ass shed and all that. And it's just beautiful, and it's in New York. I've never been to New York. This is great.
Yeah.
So we drove out here and brought our stuff. I sold my Camaro to buy a Ford F-250, all our stuff out here.
Whoa, so
But
that's commitment right there.
Well, you know, I
Ditching the
love my
Camaro
girl.
for the truck, you know? Yeah, I like that. You gotta do what you gotta do,
I
right?
know. Yeah, I sold a Chevy for a Ford. It's cool. I love Fords. I love them both. It's all good. But
Might have said that a little sarcastically. That's okay. I totally get it.
Mine was a 35th anniversary Camaro drop top.
David, you done messed up. I'm just kidding.
I done messed up. I know I messed up. I done messed up.
I'm just kidding.
I did. But you know what? I'm in a beautiful big home in Elmira, upstate New York.
You guys probably have a little
great.
land. Like you said, you have like a yard, you got a shed, which actually you need. You probably need like the mower and all this stuff to take care of the yard and the trees.
We have a basement. That doesn't happen.
See, yeah, we don't have that this way, you know.
And an asbestos-filled attic, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's great. But yeah, I saw this, and we hear weird stuff here all the time. We'll be laying in bed, and we hear like crack, almost like footsteps. It's weird, you know, or scratches, but not. I don't know. Scratches could be like a rodent. I don't know.
I hate the scratching noises. When people bring that up, I'm always like, nope, don't want to hear scratches. Yeah, the scratches, it's tough, especially when you have like a bigger place like that where you could have maybe some rodents or something like that, raccoons. But
yeah.
So
it's
what about
cold though?
Yeah.
Rodents aren't really happening. We just got dumped on snow right now. In fact, we're gonna have an ice storm tonight. I don't know, but we hear like the stairs creak.
Oh.
And, you know, another pull your feet off the bed moment, and any limb dangling. But it's scary, you know, and, but it's enthralling as well.
So the footsteps and the noises that you hear, you know, if you're laying in bed, where, besides the obvious, like the stairs and stuff, is it coming from the attic, or is there, you said it's a 2-story with a basement and then an attic, right? So the thought is that it's above you in the attic somewhere, some of these footsteps?
No. The stairs, it's a 3-flight hall. I mean, the attic, you don't go up there. I mean, right now I'm sitting on my bed, and I'm talking to you, and I'm looking in the hallway, and I'm looking at the attic.
Well, you don't, but the ghosts would probably love the attic. I'm just kidding.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah, but am I going to go up there and investigate?
Oh,
maybe.
No.
I don't know.
No, well, get one of those masks, you know. Yeah, get one of those masks that Zach Bagans wears because he says he has respiratory problems. So just get one of those. You'll be set.
I saw that when I watched recently. I didn't know until I watched and it's weird. You mentioned that like a week ago. I was watching old episodes. They go, I have respiratory issues. Got to wear a mask. I guess he went down to some hole and
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, the creaks we hear, the stairs, when you walk in the front door, you turn immediately to the right, there's the stairs, and they go up against our back wall of our bedroom where our bed is, and then they turn left and go up another flight. And that's where we hear the creaks. And what's really freaky, and this just happened last night, you know, we love our dog. You know, she's part of the family. And her name's Gemini. And so she comes up and we let her lay in our bed with us. Like, she'll lay on the end of the bed. And then she scoots up, dogs. They just want to feel like they're a human. And anyway, she'll get up and she will sit on the edge of the bed, look towards the bedroom door, and just start beating. And that's freaking us the hell out. Of course, I've staged this place a couple times. I don't think that does any good.
Worth a shot, though,
right?
right?
Right. Yeah, but, with the creaking on the steps and then, seeing that reflection and having the dog barking at nothing and then her head just kind of turns. I mean, that happened last night. That
was just last night.
Stuff.
Have you ever tried, just speaking out loud to it and just say, hey, I appreciate that you still want to hang out here, but this is kind of our home now, and you're kind of freaking us out, so maybe you could just lay off for a little bit or forever.
Yeah, I just need a little more time to grow the cojones to do that.
Yeah.
Cojones.
Well, I know, and I totally get that, because I think that for me, and I've heard a lot of people say that, they'll say, oh, I just told it to go, or I said, hey, I've had enough, buzz off, whatever. And I think that to actually say that out loud is on a whole nother level of accepting the fact that there's really something freaky going on, right? Like, to actually go that far, to have to do that, you're going, I really have something going on here. So what about your girlfriend? Is she freaked out? Is she at the same point as you are, where she's like, okay, there's definitely something really weird going on?
Oh yeah. We talked about it last night. I said, babe, this is freaking you out. She's like, yeah, but she's just probably barking at the shadows from the TV. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
And you're like, well, we'll use that for now.
There's no shadows.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's fine. I mean, no, it's scary. It's weird. It's because before, when I didn't live in a place that had any kind of energy or whatever, and we felt the energy when we came in here, but a feeling isn't anything. A feeling's a feeling. We know the history of the place, and of course, you come in with a preemptive feeling, but this is crazy. But before that all happened, I'd watch, Ghost Adventures, which is great because, watching the Ghost Hunters guys go to Virginia City, which I used to live in Carson City, and I used to go to Virginia City every weekend. I loved it. And anyway, I'd watch that and go, oh, man, I just want to go up to Virginia City and just do this. I want to go up there, take pictures and do EVPs and all that. But when it's in your home and it actually happens, that's some freaky crap, man.
Yeah. I've always
you're all amped
that.
up when you're not there, but when you're in that situation, some scary stuff.
Yeah, that's not right. Because then you're just like, you know what? Had a long day, work sucked, whatever it was, had car problems, and I'm tired and I just want to go to sleep. And then your dog starts barking at apparently nothing, and you're like, really? Really?
Yeah. But at the same time, part of me in the back of my head is going, this is a rush. This is great.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
What do you think it's going to take, or just more of the same, maybe for another month or so, before you're kind of like, all right, well, obviously the saging alone isn't working well, so we have to do more?
You know what? I think the only thing I can do other than that, because, I hate to say this, but because I guess other people think it's bad to say, but I'm not really into the religious mumbo-gumbo, Christian-y, just Catholic. I'm not into all of that organized religion stuff, and so I really don't believe in priests coming and blessing, and I'm more of a spiritual nature,
Yeah.
In fact, I came up with a name for that. What was it? Omni-universalistic Buddhist.
Whoa, that's a mouthful right there.
I know. Yeah, it is.
Omni-universalistic Buddhist. Is that right?
Yeah, well, the only Buddhist part is like I believe in reincarnation and that all life is precious and all that. But I also believe in an omniverse and that we're all just connected by energy. And the center of all consciousness of energy would be, I guess, I quote God. So that's me. So having a priest come in here or somebody to bless the house, that's not my bag kind of a deal. So I'm thinking just kind of like become one with it and just live with it. It's obviously not malicious.
It doesn't seem like it. It
malicious.
doesn't.
Malicious,
yeah, malicious. Yeah, it doesn't, or malevolent, whichever one. Yeah, it's not acting in a malicious way. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. That's for sure. I mean, I can send you guys a Ouija board, and then we'll do a live Skype session and see exactly who the hell is in your house. I'm just kidding.
I would love that.
I wouldn't do that to you guys. No. A lot of people are like, no, don't talk about a Ouija board. It's horrible.
Well, here's the thing. You come into our house, we have a personalized Ouija board.
Oh, do you?
I'll snap a picture. I'll
like a
snap
homemade
picture of it and say,
homemade.
we sent away for it. It's personalized.
Oh, personal.
Ouija board,
okay,
and we have
gotcha.
it. We have it
cool.
up.
Oh, I want to see
And then
that.
in the corner of our house, we have a big coffin.
Oh my God!
We're kind of we're kind of in that into that. So
is it a real coffin?
No, it's cardboard, but it looks real.
That's awesome.
I'm looking at it now.
I always wanted a house.
I took some pics of me in it, but yeah.
So when that's a little dark, I like that. See, anything dark, I'm like, that's cool. No, I've always wanted a house that is completely outfitted. Like, you wouldn't know if it was Halloween or not, because it would always just look like, it was set up for Halloween night and kids to come through and get the shit scared out of them, I always wanted a house like that. Just red walls and coffins and gargoyles everywhere. Of course, that's what my pug is, basically a gargoyle, but noisy one. He's really noisy. He's the worst gargoyle ever. He's not gonna be, hiding or stand still for anyone. Because you can just hear the freaking thing breathing from downstairs. He's up here going. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, that's cool. I would like to see that Ouija board. If you have a chance to snap a pic of it, I would love to see that.
I'll send it to you. And the coffin, too.
In the coffin, yes. All right, David, one more break to talk about AMC Shudder. With AMC Network's Shudder, you can stream great thrillers, horror, and suspense for $4.99 a month or $49.99 for the entire year. Shudder has the largest, fastest-growing, human-curated selection of thrilling and dangerous entertainment. That's why they are dubbed the Netflix for horror. There are new, spine-tingling thrillers, shocking horrors, and edge-of-your-seat suspense added weekly. You'll have unlimited access to stream ad-free on all of your favorite devices. Some examples of ways to watch AMC Shudder include your iPhone, iPad, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Google Chromecast, and of course, all Android devices. Shudder has a unique collection of exclusive and original films and series, horror classics, and blockbuster hits. On Shudder, you can find a range of genres, from the old classics to modern favorites. A couple of my personal favorites, Willow Creek and Troll Hunter. Those can be found within the creature feature category. And of course the classics like Nosferatu and Day of the Dead. To try Shudder free for 30 days, go to Shudder.com, that's SHUDDER, and use promo code FRAY. So you just had this happen last night with the Gemini situation, right?
Yeah, the dog was crazy.
Yeah, Gemini's going nuts. So
she was barking off the hook, and she was looking around, and she was looking at me, and her ears were back, and she was like,
her ears were back?
You don't see this? Her ears were back.
Ooh.
She was like looking there, barking, and then she'd look at me and Georgette and bark, and like with a look like, and then look away, kind of like, and look back, and like, you don't see this?
She's like, you stupid humans. You stupid humans.
Yeah, it freaked us. Like I said, pull up the feet from hanging over the bed.
No limbs hanging over. It is the cardinal sin.
Nope.
Yeah, not even part of a hand. You got to tuck that stuff in.
That's right. You ever do that? You ever notice that your feet are hanging off, and then you think,
nope.
like, dude, what if a hand grabbed me?
Yeah. Nope. There's a La La Chusa under there. Yeah, the witch woman under there going to grab you, take you, make you into some kind of stew, you know?
Yeah, something's going to happen.
just mash little bits of you up. And that movie, The Witch, did you watch that?
I did. The one where they're in the woods and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes place long. Yeah.
Damn, that's creepy. That was a good one.
I loved it. It was good. You know, this reminds me of one other thing when I told you about my friend Jennifer's house that I was at.
Uh-huh.
She goes, I can prove that there's something here, which I already knew there was. You kind of feel it, but they go, okay, just say, please come and touch me. Mm. And I said, okay. We were in the garage when this happened by the washer and dryer. We used to have cigarettes out because we couldn't smoke in the house. And I said, okay, please come touch me. And I swear it feels like spider webs, like coming up to you. And I'm sure that, I don't know, have you ever experienced that?
No.
Being touched feels like there's spider webs on you.
Was it on your face?
It's weird. It was on my face. It was on my elbows.
Wow.
It was on my shoulder. Yeah, that's another thing that I forgot to tell you.
You could try that tonight in your own house.
No, I would rather not.
Sorry, I try to lighten up the mood because I do, honestly though, in all seriousness, I've said it many times, and I say it every time that somebody's on, they have something going on in their own home. As much as I always whine that I don't have enough going on, that I always get to hear about it, but I don't get to experience it, I really don't know that I would want stuff like that going on in my own house, because sleep is good. Human beings need sleep, and we don't need to be anxious and get up every morning and wonder if there was that an old hag sitting on my chest last night? I don't know. We don't need to have thoughts like that, or to where you're like, yeah, my foot is hanging off the bed. Let me just tuck that back underneath the blankets.
Yeah. So, it's scary.
Yeah.
And I listened to your podcast. Like, I started listening to it a while ago just to catch up to everything. And I was listening to like an old one, I think last night. And, after I got spooked, of course, I want to hear more. And so I was listening, and I think you had a lady on it. I don't know. I think this was in 2016, if I read it right. It was an older one. And a girl talks about, like a shadow standing on the edge of their bed or something. They're talking about something like that. Mm-hmm. And, of course, my eyes go from closed to, like, staring open and just keeping an eye on the darkness.
Yeah.
My toes are all curled up from above the bed. But, yeah.
See, I get quite a few emails where people say that they'll listen to not just my show, but any show that they like to listen to that's creepy while they're in bed with the lights off. And I'm like, you guys are brave, because I know that the stories that I hear, like, I would never want to be even just recording these tales, some of these tales for the show at night, like with the lights off. And then if I had to go like right to bed, which actually a lot of times is the case, but I get plenty creeped out even just hearing you guys' tales. And I can second that if it's in the house, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
See, but you already got the Ouija board. You're just so game for this, though. You guys already have the Ouija board.
We call for it. In fact, we have a room downstairs with a white carpet and just a couch and a recliner, and we call that the white room. But then you come up here adjacent to our room, we call it the dark room. We have an old, like, baby's crib that's like, it looks like, have you ever seen the cover of Rosemary's Baby?
Oh, yeah.
There's a cradle on top, and it's real spooky looking. We have one from like the 1800s that we got at an estate sale a few years ago that's like 100-something years old. That's in our dark room. And, yeah, we have a coffin. We have Ouija boards. We have tarot. We're just asking for it.
You're like, now that I think about it. So do you think that, now I know that this house is, you said, like 90-something years old, which is so cool.
It's 89, 90, yeah, it's 90 years old. It was built in blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That's so cool, though.
What's 90 years ago?
I mean,
it's like 1930.
Well, you're from this side of the country originally, and you know that a lot of things don't go back as far as stuff on the East Coast. And I mean, are you wondering then if, I mean, maybe the automatic assumption is that it is the house or it is the land or something, you know, and that's why you're seeing the woman with the gray hair. But what if maybe you have like a haunted item in there? You know, maybe the crib is haunted and she's looking for a baby, or now I'm just totally creating narrations.
Yeah, I get you. And I get that because we go to estate sales. Estate sales happen after someone passes away.
Yeah.
And then they just get rid of it all. And we have hundreds. I'm talking hundreds of crystals.
Really?
And, you know, yeah, we're into that.
You have hundreds of items from these estate sales.
Hundreds, old books.
Now I know what I need to do, David.
Books on witchcraft and crap, huh?
Now I know what I need to do. I need to go to estate sales and just hope that I come across a haunted item.
Yeah, it's just, I'm going to take a picture of our darkroom.
That would be cool.
And you'll see everything. The tarot we have, the old cradle, everything, the old books, and you know, and the old the old candles, the old trays, the old everything. It's like people are gonna yell at me when I say this out loud. I know that people cringe or they share their device wherever they're listening to this. But do you guys, or have you talked about using either the tarot cards or the Ouija board and just straight out asking, you know, is somebody here? Like, who are you? What do you want? Have you thought about doing that? Or is that just along the same line of verbally saying you're kind of freaking us out, or, you know, whatever you need to do there? Have you guys thought about doing that? We're on the cusp. Yeah. We don't have the huevos. You will. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's okay. No, you will though. I apologize. But we're just like, I don't know, like we're like half and half. We're like, yeah, this is happening, but see, we asked for it, and there's a reason we asked for it. But at the same time, now that it's like coming to light, we're like, wait, should we have asked for it? You know? I could see where the dog, because the barking was interesting, but then when you brought up the detail of the ears back, I was like, oh, okay. That, you know, that's kind of, wow. Ears back and looking at us like, yeah. You don't see this? And that's what I told her last night. I'm like, are you freaked out, babe? She's like, kind of, but she's probably just barking at shadows. I'm like, yeah, there ain't no shadows. That's probably what I would say, too. Babe. That's what I was saying. So I can go to sleep that night, get that much-needed sleep. So I wasn't a monster the next day, because I'm a monster and I don't get sleep. Yeah, me too. If I don't have my tea in the morning, yeah. Gotta get that tea, man. Yeah, that caffeine's got to go in there. So what about, how long did Gemini do that? And then did you guys have to go, okay, knock it off, Gemini, that's enough? Or did the dog quit on its own? No, we had to tell her to knock it off, but you know what? She wouldn't stop. In fact, she's barking right now. She wouldn't stop. She's always barking. She's like out of control. I just, stop it, Jemmy. Stop it. Stop it. I call her Poopy too. Stop it, Poopy. And you know, I do. And she does stop. And she's 10 months old, but she's still obedient to that degree. You know, and she's not stopping, and I have to, like, I don't know, hold her and pet her and love her for her to calm down, and it's just weird. So something's going on. Something's weird here, man. So I don't know. Will you keep me informed as to what's going on, and maybe if something else comes up, we can do a follow-up. I mean, even if you don't want to do it for the show, of course, I just want to keep in contact with you and see what's going on with you guys. Well, if we're doing it for the show right now, I don't want to leave anybody hanging. That's true. Yeah. But again, scream it, because I always try to just
You know, like, I don't want to pressure anybody to come back on the show if somebody actually hates it. I don't think I've ever heard anyone hating coming on, but, yeah, that would be cool.
Well,
If something else happens, or, you know, an update on Poopy, what Poopy's been up to. Is Poopy still? I love that nickname. Now
Poopy.
I can't call her Gemini. I gotta call her Poopy. I like that. If she's still acting up, or if you actually do get the Zach Bagans respirator mask and you go up into the asbestos attic, and then there's like an actual coffin with a body up there, you know.
Well, our ceiling fan started coming out, so I actually have to.
Oh, you do? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Didn't mean to poke in a sensitive spot. You're like, actually, now that you mention it, I will be going up there. Oh.
I have to go up there, but it's cool. I'll bring up a recorder and I'll do all that. I'm just have fun with it, right? That's all I can do. Ride the wave.
Right, totally. No, and just, you know, for the most part, unless you watch all the creepy movies, you know, ghosts for the most part are pretty laid back. They can't really touch you that much or mess with you for the most part. You know. Don't listen to all my episodes though, because that's not always. I'm just kidding.
We already have.
Yeah, you're like, that's why I don't leave things hanging off the bed. I wanted to tell you that a recorder that I use, actually even more than my little digital recorder that I got from like Walmart or something, is just, and this is for everybody. It's now I have the iPhone. I'm assuming that they would have it for Android as well, but it's called Voice Record
I have iPhone.
Pro. Okay. Bless your heart. Yes, you're one of the good ones. Sorry.
Okay.
More screamer one. I'm just insulting tonight. Everyone's like, what the hell, Shannon? Voice Record Pro. I think obviously the Pro is the paid version, but it was only like, I think $1 or whatever. But that one actually works incredible. And you can just use the free version. Easy peasy. But that way you're not like, well, I have to go out and get a recorder, blah, blah, blah. Just get that app. I use that app all the time.
I'll check it out.
You want to.
I'll go premium too, because I like premium.
Yeah, it's got like you can adjust the gain on it, and then you can like boost the audio on it, and then you can easily like I've done it. Actually used it in Ohio with Seth and those guys. Recorded that.
That's right. That's the next state over.
That's exactly what I was using to record that howl, and then you can actually just share it very easily from the app. Anyway, that was not an ad for Voice Record Pro. I'm not getting paid. I just wanted to let you know there's an easy option if you want to, but do you really want to hear an old lady go, "Get out"? You know, I don't know. That would suck.
I kind of do, but I still don't.
Right.
I mean, I do until I hear it, probably.
Right, you do, but you don't. I know. It's just... and then poor Georgette, though. She'd go, "I don't want to know any of this."
And she's such a good sport.
That's
she
good.
She seems so strong, but I know inside she's freaking out.
Yeah, I don't blame her though. And you know, when you said that you guys actually bought this place, so it's not just like we'll wait out till the lease ends and move. This is not one of those situations. So, hey, though, if you guys do need any help with anything, and I'm not saying like I'll contact a priest for you. I know you're not really into that, and that's totally fine, but, you know, there are options. Like, so if stuff does start to ramp up and it's really actually not cool anymore, just, you know, we'll be in touch, but there's other things that we could do, you know?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll definitely stay in touch. I really appreciate it. I'm a huge fan, too. Your show's great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I get, you know, the emails and the messages, and they're like, "Oh, I just found your show. I love it." It's such a great feeling, and I appreciate that. I'm like, people are still listening to my dumbass.
Yeah, I can imagine what a rush that is, hearing that, you know, putting your stuff out there and people coming back with that energy.
I'm just a big old moronic idiot that is into weird stuff. I don't mind being a dumbass sometimes and just leaving that in. And I'm a goofball, you know. Me and Poopy are right there.
You and Poopy rock.
Yeah, Poopy's my buddy. Rock. Poopy lets you know when something's up, so that's cool. I hope it doesn't happen again tonight.
You can see her on my Facebook.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, I'll check it out.
On my Facebook page.
Poopy.
Yeah, you got access to that, so yeah, you can see her, and then you can see me in my weird pose. But yeah, I did some weird stuff. But yeah, cool.
Well, yeah, send me any pictures that you want. That's awesome.
I'll do that.
And Do me a favor, though, because you are 3 hours ahead of me. So, when you guys are probably getting ready to turn in for bed, I'll probably still be up this evening. And if something happens, just message me and be like, oh, my God, like, talking about it really ramps it up. Or because times that is the case. Not always, but sometimes people say, you know what, we were recording for the show, and that very night, it kind of ramped up. So, just keep me in, and maybe
I'll give you,
we'll
like,
do
when
an
it
update
happens,
show.
when it happens, you'll be the first one that knows, actually.
Well, thank you. Thanks, David.
Like, so,
I appreciate that, and you even just wanting to tell me.
Well, you have exclusive rights to happen.
Well, thank you.
First come, first serve. You got the first come, first serve.
Well, and if and when, well, not if, because you have to, but when you go up for the fan, and if you decide to record anything, of course, I can help pull it into my audio, my Audacity, my editing software. If you think there's anything, we can kind of go through that together and see if we can boost the audio. If you see anything, hear anything weird, but cool.
Most definitely.
All right, good
Most
sir.
definitely.
Well, you guys
Thank
have
you.
a good rest of your, what the hell day is it? Tuesday in New York. I don't know what day it is.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. You too, Jen.
yeah, tell Poopy I said hi, and Georgette as well. I hope you guys have a quiet night. I'm not hoping that anything goes on. So.
All right. Thank you. You have a good one. I'll be tuning in.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, David.
All right. Bye, Jen.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm so-and-so. I was given this name by my parents. I've been to such and such a college. I've done these things in my profession. I produce a little biography. Buddha says, forget it. That's not true. That's some story. That's all gone. That's all past. I want to see the real you are now. Well, nobody knows who that is. Because we don't know ourselves except through listening to our echoes and consulting our memories. But then there's a real you, and that again leads us back to this question. Who are you? That is the real you. We shall see how they play with this exam by the koans to get you to come out of your shell and find out who you really are. you're liberated, you understand that you're not. The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. There is only the present. That's the only real you that there is. The Zen master Dogen put it in this way. He said, the spring does not become the summer. First there is summer, and then there is spring. When you settle down in the train to read your newspaper and so on, you are not the same person who a little while ago left the platform. If you think you are linking your moments up in the chain. And this is what binds you to the wheel of birth and death. But when you know that every moment in which you are is the only moment, this comes into Zen. The master will say to somebody, get up and walk across the room. And he comes back and he says, where are your footprints? They've gone. So where are you? Who are you? When we are asked who we are, we usually give a kind of recitation of a history.